छू दम जिस राह भी जाऊं तुझको ही चाहूं हमरा अब से मेरा तू हमरा मैं भी तेरा हूँ दिल को जाने ये क्या हुआ लेके बना सा तू लगा कैसे मैं करूँ बयां जिस राह भी जाऊं तुझको ही चाहूं हमरा अब से मेरा तू हमरा मैं भी तेरा हूँ दिल को जाने ये क्या हुआ लेके बना सा तू लगा कैसे मैं करूँ बयां जिस राह भी जाऊं तुझको ही चाहूं हमरा अब से मेरा तू हमरा मैं भी तेरा हूँ दिल को जाने ये क्या हुआ लेके बना सा तू लगा कैसे मैं करूँ बयां जिस राह भी जाऊं तुझको ही चाहूं हमरा अब से मेरा तू हमरा मैं भी तेरा हूँ दिल को जाने ये क्या हुआ लेके बना सा तू लगा कैसे
What up? Welcome to the What's Next podcast.
What the fuck? We all talking at the same time and shit. All right, so good
Oh,
afternoon.
no.
Wherever it is, wherever you at, this is the What's Next podcast, and we back with another great show. Hey, Dennis, don't move me out the way. Don't move me out the way. Don't do that. You're gonna be fucking fired. Keep it up. This is the What's Next podcast. You know what I mean? Like we have real conversations. I was ready to use somebody else's line. We have real conversations. Trying to get some clear understanding about certain things, and today will be no other. In the middle, top screen, we have Old Faithful, one and only Thinking Podcast. Hi, good afternoon, sir.
It sounded like you wanted to say something you weren't supposed to say.
Dennis the motherfucking Menace.
Definitely Dennis the Menace. That's Dennis the Menace for sure.
Dennis the Menace.
El Gordo.
What up, though?
And off the bases, Mr. Stacks.
Am I really just off the bases now? Like,
Yeah. When you get something else? Yes.
Shit. All right.
Hell, you ain't even there, so we don't know what to call.
About to start calling him by his first name.
We
Don't
have
do
a
that.
special guest. Miss Tavai from Sweet Love.
God damn.
Hi guys.
All right, let's give a hand to our guests.
And hold on, wait.
Oh, she late. She about to be fired. She about to be fired.
This is her third
Every
time.
fucking
I
time.
don't know if that count as a guest, but Lashane.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, evening. I don't know what coast you on, what side of the world you on. You know what I mean. So good afternoon, good evening, wherever you fall in it. Okay. All right. Today, Carlos, what we talking about today?
We talking about keeping your word. Keeping your word is going to be the topic of today. There's a lot of things that we're going to get into about that, so just stick around. It's going to be a very interesting show. But before we get started with the topic of the day, we're going to start with current events.
All right. So, I don't know if y'all been paying attention to the world. First up, God damn. Magic Johnson. That's who was right. That part owner of the upcoming, I guess, part owner.
Yes, the Washington Commodores. Yeah.
Washington Commanders, not
We ain't
Commodores.
talking about sports though, sir. The hell?
Sir, current event, sir. Is he the first black owner? He's not the first black owner.
He is first black partial owner.
Yeah.
No, he's second because the boy in Denver.
Our
The
lady
boy
in
in
Denver,
Denver.
right? Is the lady?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan.
Sure, no,
About
ain't no goddamn
NFL.
football team.
Oh, I said, I didn't know we talking about football.
I didn't.
Yeah. So, kind of sad, bad news. In Chicago, somewhere up there in Chicago, somebody delivered a pizza to a wrong house. The people went to the house to go see about the pizza. One thing turned to two things, turned to 5 people getting shot. Oh, pizza delivered to the wrong damn house. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like,
Let me tell you something. No, let me tell you something.
Sir, what kind of pizza don't really matter, sir. The matter is this shit gotta stop.
Let me tell y'all something, right? Because I just left Detroit, and something that I noticed is that people are poor. And I don't mean even in monetarily sense. I mean poor in the mind as well. Like, you can be poor and not have no money and still be rich in spirit, rich in mind. But when you allow the circumstance that you in to take over your mind, shit like this is what happens. It's a fucking pizza. It was delivered to the wrong place. All you got to do is call a restaurant and they'll send you another one.
That, sir. And that's what I was thinking.
But the restaurant probably told them that they send it to this house.
No,
lawsuit.
They ain't none of my business.
But how would you know that it's sent to the wrong house?
Huh?
How would you know to go to the other house? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Why should I have to go to the other house? Y'all made that mistake.
But how would you know to go to the other house? That's what I'm trying to
Because
figure
he
out.
probably was like, "Oh, I sent it to such and such place or such and such place."
Right. That's what the restaurant told.
Yeah.
So the restaurant is quite responsible for all that
exactly.
shit.
If the restaurant told them that, then do y'all think they will have a lawsuit?
No.
Hell yeah, they got a lawsuit.
Wait,
No.
time out. What you mean by part responsible? They delivered this shit.
But listen. I could deliver it. Okay, listen. I could deliver something to Tavai, right? But it was supposed to be for El Gordo. So if I go make another one, if I call El Gordo, make another one and send it to El Gordo, nobody's harmed here. I just lost out. I lost. I took the loss. Nobody's harmed me.
Yeah.
If you deliver a pizza to the wrong house, if you deliver a package, I used to work in factories for 5 years. I know you deliver the package to the wrong house. God damn, you gotta go back. You gotta say, well, I think I dropped it off here. It was a Thursday. It wasn't raining.
That's a package. We talking about a pizza. It's two different peas here.
And automatically assume the pizza is 8. So just go ahead and remake that shit. Yeah. Go ahead and send it back out.
You got to because COVID was just out.
I was about to say, even if it wasn't, you're not going to take something from somebody's house.
Exactly.
Give it to somebody else.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tell you something. What I'm not gonna do is even go knock on their door looking for that pizza. I'm getting in my car and I'm going up to the restaurant because either you gonna make me a new one and bring it to me, or you gonna make me a new one and I'm coming to get it.
Yeah.
Well, I paid for delivery the first time, sir. So go ahead, run that back.
It don't matter, and that's what I'm saying. It don't. At that point, it don't matter. It's a pizza, bro. Like when it's broken all the way down to it, it's over a pizza.
100%.
It's crazy. Chicago, isn't the Walmart about to close in one of the major black areas up there? I think in May. They got a lot going on up there because of the looting, and they're not making any business. Like it's just being ran down. So they're about to close the Walmart.
Hold on, I know somebody that's actually from Chicago. So what do you think, Miss Chicagoan?
She ain't said shit. She mad you put on the spot.
You're muted, man.
You're muted, man.
Sorry. I know they was having a lot of incidents of shoplifting. So they were saying that they're not profiting. So they were closing over 40 stores in Chicago area, 40 or 400, something like that. Yeah.
We had a target at Mardam and Carlos They up at the target in Mondawmin. It was there for like 2 years. That was it. They was like they losing more than they getting.
It's Mondawmin. It's Mondawmin.
Sir, listen. Listen. Shit, wild, ain't it? All right. Another thing, which is kind of, I guess, sad too. This guy wanted his girl back. Is in China. He wanted his girl back, so he set out in front of her house on his knees for 21 hours.
What?
Waiting for her to come outside. He was saying people was asking him to get up. They was begging him to get up. They begged the girl to come outside. He was just outside begging her to take him back. Come to find out, she wasn't even home.
she had another motherfucker house.
That's why you ain't got no fucking friends now.
She didn't have a ring camera, so she could have let him.
I think she lived on like the public street because there's a lot of people. I saw the video. I didn't get the video. There's people was walking past saying, "Come on, man, please get up." They was knocking on the door, asking her to come outside. All that, like they was trying to get him up, but he was not. He was not getting up. And this
So,
stop laughing at shit.
So, how did he find out she wasn't home?
Yeah.
Eventually, she showed up. The fuck going on out here?
And he was still out there when she showed
Still
up.
out there on his knees. So the police even came, and he asked the police, "Is it illegal?" They was like, "Well, technically, no." So he was like, "Well, I'm not moving."
Yo, I'm just sitting there laughing because I could just see one of the random girls that I grew up with, like, what are you doing out here? You've been out here all the time. Like,
Wait a minute. So what's making it funny to me is what I'm picturing in my mind as she walk up. Do he turn around on his knees and face her? Or did he stand up?
he over there screaming, Sheila! What? Oh, Sheila!
Lord Jesus.
Like,
Go ahead.
You're very much crazy. Like, you're very much crazy, sir.
Yeah.
Like, if you're willing to do that, no. You're willing to bury me in your basement. Like, no. I
Oh,
absolutely
wait
not.
a minute. Hold on. That is
No.
not.
So you wouldn't take him back?
Hell no. I'm going to get a PFA. Because there's something very much wrong with you. To do all that? No. Absolutely not.
LaShawn, what you think?
No, that's too much for me. Because you created a scene. I don't like scenes. I'm very much like, let's handle our shit behind closed doors. You done had the whole block. Your dumb ass and sitting outside my house. Like, that's just
So you gonna move?
No, I wouldn't move, but I wouldn't take him back neither. Like,
He gonna stay there another 21 hours then.
I probably would have walked right past him with my groceries. Like,
He just, I could just see him screaming like, Sheila, you have to pick up with me like that, Sheila.
It's depending on what he did too. Like, that's just too much.
He out there screaming,
That's-
oh,
Wow.
Sheila, love me.
All right,
Let
so
me be
my
you.
last one for today. Do y'all know who Ralph Yarrow is?
No.
You got a picture?
Ralph is
That's the
16 years old.
16-year-old? Yeah.
Yes, Ralph is 16 years old. He was going to go pick up his siblings. His mother, I think it was his mother, sent him to go pick up his siblings. Now, when he got to the house, he rung the doorbell. Man shot him through the glass door. Shot him in his head through the glass door. Walked outside.
Oh, yeah.
Shot him again. Now, stupid shit. And shit to be irritating the fuck out of me. Anyway, so he was supposed to go to whatever street name it was. He's supposed to go to Boulevard, and he went to Street. So let's say he was supposed to go to Stacks Boulevard. He went to Stacks Street. He went to the wrong fucking house. Plain, simple mistake. The street name. He's 16 years old. He's a fucking kid. And you saw the kid come up, shot him through the fucking glass door in his fucking head. And shot him. This motherfucker is not in jail.
He will be.
This motherfucker is not in jail.
He will be. He will be.
They took him in.
He will be. What's going to happen is they're going to charge him with negligent homicide. See, a lot of motherfuckers.
The kid ain't dead.
Let me finish. A lot of motherfuckers think that because you're a gun owner that you can just shoot a motherfucker on your property and that's it. No, nigga, that's not how it works. They have to post an imminent threat or they have to show that they were trying to break in. If he rang your doorbell, that's not bringing in, that's not breaking in. You're going to jail forever, my boy. Like forever, ever.
Well, they took him in and they kind of interviewed him and they let him go.
Oh
So
no, the city will do it, but the state will pick it up. And then if the
okay.
state don't pick it up, the feds will pick it up. He's going to jail.
I ain't got no faith.
Nah, he's
I
going
look,
to jail. He's going to jail for a minute.
I got no faith.
so selectively concerned with when it
The
comes
kid,
to when it comes to just Black people in general. Like, I pray that he does get justice, but it's so 50-50.
One thing I'll tell you I learned from this little 20 or 15 minutes right here, don't go to the wrong door. That's what I learned in those 15 minutes right here. No need to knock on somebody else's door. I learned that in 15 minutes. Can't knock on
We
somebody's
had a
door and say they sent the wrong pizza to your crib. Can't knock on nobody's door thinking you're looking for your people.
we had 3 kids get shot in the city over the weekend. One of them died. 12-year-old died. He was out there playing, and somebody came up with an AR and started shooting. He was running away, and they shot him. So people say he was looking for him. People say he was running away. I don't know what the exact story is, but hey, this shit is getting dumb, yo. I got a 14, a 13, a 12, a 7, a 13, a 13, a 12, a 8. I got so many fucking kids. You know what I mean? I got kids that I got to look out for. You know what I mean? And this shit this is football. You know what I mean? All these kids that we done affected over the years and years, and I know some of them is bad, and I know some of them stay out of trouble, and it just should be all over the place. But I got 3 boys in my house, and you know what I mean? Like this shit just be getting dumb and dumb and dumb. And as much as you try to protect them and show them and teach them and keep them out of trouble, that you're not Superman. You know what I mean? But I be damned. I hope and pray that day never comes, boy.
and then other than the loss of life being the saddest part, another sad part of it all is everybody that's on the other side blames the gun.
Stupid
and
shit.
I don't. Yeah, like all my guns is laying where they at right now, and ain't none of them shot nobody.
I have this
And it's sad.
I have this constant back and forth with my homeboy. He's like real. He's real. Like I don't want to call him Democratic type, but he's real just anti-gun, right? And I had to explain to him like, if you take away people's guns, is that going to stop bad people from having guns? No, it's not. Because when it comes down to it, for me, I've seen, wasn't cocaine illegal? Everybody know a crackhead.
Sir,
you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm serious. Like, let's look at it from a logical standpoint. Like, everybody know a crackhead.
I think that's the only thing I was going to say about that.
My nigga,
I think the issue is not so much guns; it's the type of guns that they
what does it matter? What does it matter?
So you don't need military grade AR-15s in the hood to so-called protect your home. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna ask.
I don't think that's necessary. Where we at?
Are you sure? All right. So I'll say that to say this.
So if you're protecting your house, if somebody come knock on your door, you gonna unload a clip? You just gonna unload the whole magazine?
As a responsible gun owner, I will never empty my clip on any threat.
Hold on, time out. Carlos, how many people did you invite to the show?
I invited. That's Lazy J. I invited.
Oh, okay. Because I was okay. Somebody got to say something.
I seen the way you look. I seen the way you look.
All I'm saying, I agree with the statement that, like, I understand what you're saying. Tavi, is it Tavi or Tavai? I apologize. Tavai. I understand exactly what it is that you're saying. Like, do you need a military weapon to protect your home? No. But the thing about it is, the argument that I have for that is, as a legal gun owner, me myself, any law that they enact against guns is only going to affect me. It's not going to affect a criminal, because a criminal is going to be a criminal regardless of what law that they enact. They can put an anti-gun law where all guns in the whole entire United States is illegal. Who is that going to affect? It's not going to affect the criminal, because criminals are still going to have ARs.
You can't search at your house.
And what
agree,
and
but
to add on to that, what I'm going to say is that a Draco is considered a pistol, right? Right? It's
Yeah.
considered a pistol, but that shit is really an assault rifle. But it's considered a pistol. Now, I'm going to say this. If somebody comes in your house with a Draco and you have a Glock 30, you think you're going to win that gunfight? Absolutely freaking not.
Training.
Ever. I don't, man, look. All he got to do is,
Training. You're right.
all he has to do is be lucky. See, if you ask anybody who's actually been in a gunfight,
ring camera, and I'm on
all you have to hold on, BJ. All he has to do is be lucky, because he has more bullets and can shoot more bullets downrange than you could get downrange. Plain and simple. He doesn't have to be a trained fucking killer with a Draco. No, he can just be lucky and spray in your direction.
But that's it exactly. That's the problem. So if you had training, you wouldn't need that, because you could get your target. These niggas is just aiming out and just shooting anybody, and they don't care. They don't care because they don't know how to shoot. They don't have the skill. They don't have training. These niggas is just getting lucky, if anything, to actually get the person they mean to get. But there's so many other innocent people that are getting killed. They're getting killed because of this.
So does
So
that
do you think?
mean? Does that mean that?
Hold on, Stacks. Let me ask this question. All I want to know is, does that mean that it's a gun problem or an access problem?
It's a person problem.
It's both.
It's a person problem. And I'm going to say that. The reason why I say that is because, all right, so does that mean I have to suffer because he can get his hands on an illegal assault rifle, but I can only have a handgun, right? How does that make this even? My thing is, when it comes down to it, I want to have a fighter's fucking chance of making it home. That doesn't give me a fighter's chance of making it home.
You must
never
meet John Wick.
No, I mean, this is serious, BJ. All jokes aside, that shit doesn't give me a fighter's chance. I know what it feels like for a motherfucker to come through a block with a fucking automatic rifle and you be scared for your fucking life. I know what that shit feels like. A lot of motherfuckers who talk this gun shit has never been in that situation. They've never been in a situation where they had to protect their life. I have a bullet hole in my leg now that if I didn't fucking have a gun, I wouldn't be here. Like, that shit is serious. So when people sit there and say, oh, I feel like they shouldn't have guns. No, people should have guns. But the thing is that if you take people's guns away, that's not going to stop the criminals from having it. That's not going to stop bad guys from having access to it. It's not. So now, you being a law-abiding citizen, okay, I just got my hands. All right, you're not going to make it home to your children.
I'm not saying take the guns away. I'm saying there are certain things that don't need to be in circulation.
How do you know? How do you know? How do you know until you need it?
I don't think I need an AR-15. I'm not saying
you don't need it, because if you don't need it, you don't need it.
That's necessary.
All right. So how about this? How about
sir, you gotta
I just can't see that being as a necessity or a need.
All right,
you're right. I can't speak on your experience because I've never lived that situation. I know people who have been harmed in those situations, but I can't say that I've personally been in a gunfight. But being on the outside looking in, I'm not saying remove all guns. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is the type, the grade, what's going on right now, and how they're using them. That does have an effect on the carnage that we're seeing right now. That's what I'm saying.
Because I bet you one out of five black household got an AR-15 in there with a nigga that is not trained to use it. Like, let's just keep it 100.
That's false. That's a false narrative. False.
I'm not saying if that's politically correct, but I'm saying at least 1 out of 5 men have a gun in their house that they're not trained to use. You don't believe that?
That's false.
How many people are going to the range? How many people are properly trained how to
Yeah,
store
because when I
their
go to the gun
guns?
range, there ain't nothing but white people in there.
Whenever I go, it's black people there. So, like I said, like I feel like when it comes down to it, like I understand where you come. I'm not sitting here saying that you're wrong, right? What I'm saying is that so you feel as though that nobody should have access to a higher caliber weapon.
We're not saying nobody.
Let me hold on. So, but being that ultimately, would you agree that criminals would be able to still have access to it via the black market or however it is that they get it, right? Okay. So I should limit my options based on the law when they aren't playing the same game.
My thing is with that is I guess anything can happen at any time, right? But if
Mm-hmm.
you are relatively familiar with your environment and what's the norm, if you know most people are not going into it as if they were overseas in the Middle East and this is what we do, I think you can handle most situations with something less extreme. That's just my takeaway from that.
So
That's just my takeaway from that. Like I'm not saying
and,
don't
and,
be
and I'm in full
armed.
agreement. I respect it. I like look, I'm not trying to be combative. I respect it, but also there are also handguns. Like I could take a Glock and put a switch on it, and that shit'll empty out a whole clip in half a second.
But you don't know nothing about that. You know what I mean?
Dear,
So
dear ATF, we understand that this is
you
absolutely
read that in
illegal,
the
and we
book.
would never do that ever in
I will
life.
Yeah,
absolutely never,
yeah, you
never,
read that in the books.
never,
Anybody?
never have that.
Give me
But
something
but
else out
but
there.
there are people out there that have that type of gun, and that's considered a handgun to do the same type of damage, the same type of carnage.
All right, all right, all right. So let's jump back onto what we were supposed to be about. And I know that we always it's like the fourth time we don't went down this rabbit hole. Fourth time we done did that. So let's jump back on. So today we are talking about how important it is for you to keep your word. So anybody want to start?
I'll start.
Jump off camera.
I'll start.
Yeah, all right.
So for me, I feel like it is very important for me to keep my word. I like to be a man of my word. I fuck when I do fuck up though. I absolutely communicate. Like if I tell somebody that I'm gonna do something and I don't get a chance to do it, I communicate them ahead of time, not wait until it's past the time I said I was gonna do such and such or whatever it was. And I feel like we as black people have that bad, and I feel like we accept it because that's whoever that is. You know what I'm saying? That's just how they are. But I feel like as soon as we start holding each other to a higher standard, that type of shit won't happen. Like we all know somebody that be like, "Well, I'll be there in 5 minutes," and you know damn well they ain't even thought about you.
That's me. I'll be there in 5 minutes. 5 hours later, I'll be there in 5 minutes. Go ahead,
All right.
Robert.
So what about for the times that are like me, right? Last week I was supposed to do a show. I fell asleep. Does that
That
make
ha-
it?
shit.
Did you wake up?
Okay,
Did you wake up and
okay.
apologize for the man of your word?
I did apologize. Yeah, I did apologize.
Yeah.
Now, okay, situations like that happen, and I understand that, right?
Hmm.
But the thing about what comes into play is how many times does that happen? Because if
No,
you are
okay.
a person that becomes known for not being a man of your word, then of course now it's a problem.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So it's important to be able to keep your word, in my opinion.
Absolutely correct.
I feel
Okay.
like your word. Like
How
back in
how do
the day,
y'all
like
feel?
your reputation meant everything, and your actions and your words had to align. And I feel like the more technology and the longer we stray away from that shit, like we come out of control with what we say we're gonna do and how it lines up.
Absolutely. That is a fair point. Like I hate a motherfucker that be like, yeah, 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 and ain't even thought about shit that was just said. They just agreeing to every fucking thing, and you know
Right.
damn well they ain't goddamn thought about it. That shit is irritating.
Yeah. Because back in the day, it used to be all I got is my words and my balls. Like niggas don't have neither nor no more.
Damn.
That's why I always say.
Man, what kind of lies they
Niggas
all
don't
speak about?
That's why I always say I see what I can do.
What's good? Let me ask this question. What's considered a lie? Now the reason why I'm saying that is right. Let's just say you dealing with somebody. You know what I mean? Y'all get intimate. Next thing you know, you ask them, yo, you got any STDs? They say no. You go raw. Next thing you know, is a mushroom on your shit. So now you got a mushroom growing on your shit.
What?
It took a long time for
Is
that to
that
get
considered a
there,
lie?
Sidebar. Yes. I think a
Yes,
lie is when you blatantly know the answer. You blatantly know the truth and you just choose to withhold it for whatever reason. You blatantly know, like, yeah, I'm burning and I'm just not gonna tell this nigga. Like, yeah, you blatantly know the truth and you just choose not to tell it. For whatever reason, you're embarrassed, whatever the situation may be. So yeah, that's a lie is when you blatantly just don't tell the truth. And you know
Okay,
you're
now let me
lying.
ask
Like
you
it's
this one.
on
Now I
purpose.
warmed up with that one. Let me ask you this one. I was told by women only. Women are the only people that say this to me. Missheld information is considered a lie.
Because it's
Now
blatant.
that's the difference. That's the difference because I don't
And
volunteer information on board. If you ask me, I'm gonna tell you. But if you don't ask me, I'm not gonna tell you.
I'm not gonna tell you. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
You ask me where I'm at. You ask me on the phone, where you at? I'm in the hood. You ain't say what
anything,
hood. You ain't say what
anything.
hood I'm at.
Okay.
I'm
No,
in the hood.
no, 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 Dennis, that's a lie.
I
Because now
had to
you're
That
learn.
lying
ain't a
again.
lie.
I
I
had
am
to
in the hood.
learn.
That's a lie.
That's a
I had to
fine
I
learn the
line,
am in the
phrase
BJ.
hood.
"lie
I'm
by
not. I
omission."
might not be in my hood, but I'm in the hood.
That's a fine
No, I
line.
mean,
I don't know.
like, so, um, I don't know. I was going to say some
You're
shit, but I was
intentionally being
like,
vague for a reason. You're intentionally withholding information for a reason. And that's the part that make it tricky and make it deceptive. Like you're intentionally withholding information. Because if you were somewhere that you were supposed to be, you wouldn't have a problem with volunteering that information.
Do
So you
No,
women
I don't
want
feel
the
like
intentionally
truth
do
continuous.
it.
though?
I don't feel like the continuous conversation. Like I might be in Baltimore with BJ, and
whoa, time out.
somebody
Don't
call me
throw
up
me under
like,
the bus with you and shit.
I'm just saying, hold up, sir. Let me get the whole thing out. Somebody called me up. Hey, where you at? Oh, I'm in Baltimore. Oh, you should bring me back some. No, I'm not. No, I'm in the hood. I'm in the hood. I'm not doing all that shit. What I look like?
But why you can't just say that?
No, I do say that. I say that from the beginning.
For your mother.
But then there shouldn't be no problem after that. Like why you can't just say that? I'm just
Because what
saying.
happens is that person is intending on you to do something and you got that person's hope high. I don't like disappointing people, so I'd rather just hurt your feelings from the neck. Like, no. Like, get somebody else to do
So,
it.
can I ask a question? So, you talking to this girl, right? So, let's use me. Let's say I'm talking to this girl. A year later, she be like, "Oh, you ain't never tell me you was married. You never asked, so I never told you."
Hey
That's a
yo,
lie.
this
You never asked.
motherfucker. Yeah, hey yo, yeah,
That's
yo,
what I mean by
yo.
like,
Cut this shit off. Cut this shit off, yo. This motherfucker like,
you never asked. So
yo.
I just volunteer no extra information, right?
Hell
Next.
no cat. BJ, I feel you on that though. I feel you on that.
Seriously?
I feel you on
A
that.
girl often asks them
Seriously?
that because girls
I'm trying to
often
forget
That's a
ask
about
like,
lie
that
"Oh,
by
shit.
well,
omission.
Like,
That's lie by omission. That's a lie by omission. That was wild. Because
yeah."
how
You
would you
never
feel if it
asked
was
me.
the other way around?
A lie by
I'm trying to
omission
forget
is
about
still a
that
lie.
shit. Like, why am I going
If
about it? Like, I don't want to keep
if I
reliving this.
never asked, are you dealing with somebody, or do you got a man at home?
What if they
Oh,
live
look
separately
at
and
this
she
rap.
say no
Look at
because
this
he
rap.
ain't
Hey,
at
Look at
home?
this
listen.
rap.
At the moment, that might have been true. Now, next week, they move in together. When I asked her, they were separated.
Are you gonna? Are
Hey,
y'all
yo,
going to sit
Sharif.
there and say,
Chill out, Sharif.
okay, I know you asked me last week, but shit changed this week? Nah, y'all ain't gonna say shit.
Hmm.
No, I think you have to update your partner, whoever you're talking to, just as much as you update your resume. Like, you got to keep them informed. Like, so if somewhere down the line something happens to you, you're not gonna say, "Oh, by the way, I have ED." Like, you're not gonna tell her. You're not gonna say nothing. Like, you're not gonna keep her informed. So you can
That's a whole different.
limit yourself from being in a situation.
That's a whole different
Expectations.
conversation.
Like, you're not gonna say nothing.
I didn't. Then they say some shit to you like, I
Depending on
didn't know
how
I had VD. I didn't know.
Y'all full shit.
depending on how excited you are, you can overcome ED very, very, very.
Hey yo, this motherfucker.
Yeah, a full of shit. I just want to be the one to put it out there first because all of these omissions.
I'm gonna be out of here. I'm about to be out of here.
So
You want
same
to
way,
answer the VD question?
same way,
Man, I ain't never had no fucking sexually transmitted disease in my goddamn life. I done done a lot of shit. That's not one of them. I've never had
You wasn't supposed to add that part in sex. We was under the impression that you were a good guy.
Right,
Sir.
it was
You
just
wasn't supposed to
a
add
joke. You wasn't supposed to go
that.
that
You
far.
wasn't supposed to add that last part in
Sex, you know what? You got to hang out with me more because you go too far. And I be
Nah,
telling
fuck
you,
that.
jump,
Nah, I tell you the
stop
truth.
jumping off the fucking bridge.
Nope.
I be trying to tell you that. Stop jumping off the bridge.
And that was ED is not STD.
Oh, I think you
That's a
said
erectile
VD.
dysfunction.
See?
Yes, that's erectile
No, she said
dysfunction.
ED. That's why I said, depending
Oh.
on how excited you are, you can overcome ED very easily.
Oh yeah.
All right. So the next question is it important for others to keep their word?
Absolutely.
Dennis will tell you, I automatically assume everybody lying off the fucking jump. I automatically
I
assume
do
you're
too,
gonna
though.
lie.
That's
You're gonna
my. I
bullshit
got a
me.
problem with that,
So
and I really got. It's really bad in relationships with.
you know, I'd be like, oh
Really
shit,
bad.
yo
You
came
be
through for me.
lying. You look like you
Really
be
bad.
lying.
Oh
Just
shit. She said you look like you be lying.
Who me?
You know, first of all, she been coming at me for the last 3 shows, so it's just accepted now.
Cause you be living wild.
I don't live wild. Tavai, do you think I live wild, Tavai? You've known me for like 2 years now. Do you think I live wild?
A little bit. You live on the edge.
Hey,
You
what
have your
the
moments.
fuck?
You
Yo.
have your moments. You do. You have your moments. You have moments.
You gonna say something?
I haven't done anything. Just want to let y'all know that.
I think it's important for others to keep their word. Like for me though, I'm the other side of you, BJ and Dennis. I believe everything you say.
Oh hell no.
I believe it. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because for me, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt till you give me a reason not to trust you.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you how bad I am with the lying shit, right? I'm so bad at the lying shit that I will let you lie, and I will sit there and listen to your lie. Listen, because I want to see how you lie. Because one thing I learned from me playing football, old habits die hard. So if this is the way you lie, this is the way you will continue to lie. And now I know, not even by looking at you, by talking to you over the phone. Oh yeah, you lying. Yeah, all right. Hold on.
I'm trying to figure out why AB keeps
but you know what, Dennis?
knowing we on the show.
But you know what, Dennis? That's not necessarily true. Because I know people who sometimes make shit seem like what it ain't, and they don't even realize that's what the fuck they doing. It's a character flaw. They not lying, but it definitely seemed like it because they're unsure, or it's just how they. You know what I'm saying?
So you ever made some Kool-Aid and then you add a little bit of sugar into it, and you're like, damn, that shit was sweet. So the next time you add a little bit more sugar into it, like, damn, that shit was sweet. That's how motherfuckers do with their stories that they be telling. They keep adding more bits of
and I'm one of them niggas.
They start believing
I'm
that shit.
one of them guys. I'm one of them guys that I will bring back that story 3 months later. Damn, what happened to you on such and such?
Motherfuckers
and if that fucking shit if this don't sound like the first time, later. You think you did what? So you ain't go to jail, huh?
Dennis, whole time Dennis, we ain't even gotta say nothing. Just be like, oh, all right. Oh, okay,
yeah.
cool.
I'll let you talk. Like Stacks jump right off the roof with his.
You don't think there's levels to lying? You think because I think people lie about small things, but you know they're pretty honest about other things. You don't think there's levels to lying?
I said, man, if you have a significant other, you're gonna lie about something at some point.
I don't. But see, I'm at a point. If you got a significant other, you can't tell your significant other everything. That's what I always say. Everything ain't meant to be told. I understand that's your best friend, and I understand that's the one you're gonna live with forever. I'm with all that. Trust me. But you can't tell them you're gonna be arguing every day. Tell them everything.
What I had to learn being married, right? This will be my 7th year being married, right?
Congratulations.
Because thank you. My thing always was I'm a lie because I really don't feel like fucking explaining myself.
So,
It's easy just to be like, nah. You know what
I
I'm saying? Because I
ain't
really
going to
don't feel like
McDonald's. What
explaining
you talking
myself.
about?
Yeah,
Nah, babe, you
I
agree.
ain't. Or
I ain't eat all fucking day.
from that is you can't do that. Like you have to be 100% honest with the person that you're with, because the thing about it is, if nothing else, that's the person that's around you while you asleep.
It depends on what you
You
want
gotta
about
watch.
it,
You gotta
guys.
watch
Though,
the ones you sleep with. I keep trying to tell y'all that. Y'all don't be listening. Y'all think I be
if a
joking.
girl
I be
asks
so serious.
you, like, if your girl asks you, like, "Oh, do I look good in this?" and you
I'm gonna
know she's
I'm gonna be
sensitive and
Fucking
honest.
shit,
dumbass.
Nah,
Like you
and you
nah.
know
stupid.
I'm gonna
she's
be honest.
sensitive,
Goofy ass
I'm gonna
motherfucker.
be, I'm gonna be like, "You look great in everything,
Fucking slow
but
down.
maybe we should try something different."
No, for sure.
I'm not gonna be like, "Yo, you look fucking horrendous." Like, don't wear that. Like, nah, I'm a finesse it. But even finessing is considered lying.
That's it. It's a lot.
That's why I wouldn't. That's why I wouldn't.
You
I'm gonna
soften
come
it
That's
right
up.
why.
out.
It's still considered
That's
lying.
why.
That's
I'm gonna
what I
come right
said.
That's
out.
At
And I'm
some
why.
gonna
point, you're
say it.
gonna
And I'm
lie.
gonna say it. I'm gonna say it the nicest possible. Babe, that dress ain't for you.
Right.
Nice thing I
See,
can
but
say.
y'all using too
That's
many
still
words.
tough.
Y'all
That's still
using
tough.
too many words. Baby, do this look good? Nah.
Exactly.
No, that's a lie.
Yeah.
No, because
Like,
then she gonna be like, wow, the fuck.
And
I
now
ain't
you
got
got to
to.
now
again,
you got to
again,
explain. Now you got to
again,
explain that the fucking dimples in
again,
her ass is showing in the joint, and the fucking
again.
heels don't look good
Nope,
with that dress. You got to explain all that.
nope, nah. I don't like it.
And
yeah.
don't cover your body well.
I don't like it. If you Here's a real good one. Nah, that don't look good on you because it don't match what I got on.
Oh,
Oh, that's
my
a
But
good.
that's a lie. That's a finesse lie that
That's I'm
women
about
say
to say.
that they
That's
don't
still
like.
considered. You still molded it a little bit.
only lie I've told, and I would probably tell it again.
Oh shit.
It
Oh
was
shit.
a girl my job made
Here we
something to eat,
go. Bullshit.
so I ate it. So when I got
Fuck
home,
you
my girl
mean?
was like, "Yo, did you eat?" No. Mm-mm. What you cooking? Not even having this fucking argument. No. What you cooking? My stomach always got room for more. Fuck is wrong with you?
That's funny.
Dennis ain't
So
shit.
all in all, yes, it is. It is important for other people to keep their word to me. But again, like I said, everybody starts off with an A. If you end up with an F, that's because of something you did. Point blank. Period.
Mm,
I hear you, teacher. Teacher Tyner. I hear you, teacher.
no,
Teacher
stop.
Tyner is in the house. Well, something's up to you.
He gonna be
Something
in there
you.
fucking them kids up.
Right.
All right,
Okay.
so third
How does
topic.
someone that not keeping their word affect your trustworthiness? Ooh.
Because you
I'm
already
looking
I
at you
know
the
you
might,
never
same.
I
lied.
might have fucked up
I
in my book.
automatically assume everybody lying and shit. So I'm gonna keep on moving.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. If I don't trust you from the beginning and then you lie and then I catch you in a lie, I ain't fuck with you like that in the first place. So now you just done dug a hole for yourself. You might as well just lay in it and have the total company just pour dirt over yourself. Like I'm
And
not
and
going
you know
for
how
it.
them people, them goddamn people who know something about every fucking thing, yo. They know no matter what you talking about, yo. They know something about it. They got a story to tell about something about everything. You can go from talking soccer to building a vending machine from scratch, and they know something about it, yo. That shit, yo. All right, you got it. I'm gonna go ahead head out. Nah,
That ain't got nothing to do with the question, sir.
I
yeah,
was about to say you
shit.
don't
Them
like
motherfuckers be
something.
lying. Niggas be
Oh, okay,
lying. Niggas be
okay.
lying. Talking too much, you're lying.
Mm,
No
Well,
fucking
I
what you
reason.
think
mean?
but you're lying, but
I
I
think
think
it goes back to what we was talking about earlier with Stacks about how the more you are basically not holding up your word, the less trustworthy you are. In my opinion, whether you doing it knowingly or unknowingly, you know what I'm
I'm,
saying?
I'm
Like
not trustworthy. I'm not trustworthy because I said I didn't eat.
you're not
Once
trustworthy,
once
Dennis,
you find out,
because
It's about dependability, yo. Honestly, like
Facts.
what
There
I'm
you go.
looking at.
That's the word. That's the word I'm looking for right there.
If
Yes.
I know for a fact that you solid and you say you're gonna do something, I don't have to sit there and plan around you. I know you're gonna come through and you're in. Rather than all right, you sometimes flaky and shit, so I may have to plan around you just in case you don't make it. Blah, blah, you know what I mean? That's more stress on my end.
Does
So
it does it count? Does it count when they drunk? That dependability that you just put out there?
it depends. If you
No.
say I might be drunk, you just told me the truth. So now I
Yeah.
know. Okay, when you're drunk, you
No,
forget
no, no,
shit.
that ain't what I'm talking about. That's just,
And it depends
uh,
what you signed yourself up for with your drunk
Mm-hmm.
ass. Like, why
Yeah,
you sign
okay, all right.
yourself up
Thank you,
for
thank
drunk ass? You know
you.
you can't do it. Like,
Right.
But
and then
see,
like, oh,
that's what I was talking about earlier about how you have to choose your words. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like you can't just tell somebody, "Oh, yeah, yeah, for sure, I'm gonna do that," and don't ever fucking do shit that you say you gonna do. You can't do that. Like motherfuckers ain't gonna fuck with you. Motherfuckers gonna plan around you, and then next thing you know, you gonna be like, "Oh, motherfucker, don't ever invite me to shit." Yeah,
They
bitch.
don't.
you'll never show up.
Y'all never show up. Yeah, right.
Because some
It's
people only
like
show up
like
when
I
it's
have to agree
benefit
with that.
to them.
You know what?
Like they'll show up when it's benefit to them, but when it's benefit to somebody else, they gonna bullshit you. Like,
mm, that's deep
Yeah,
right there.
that's real too.
That's crazy because my family actually threatens me to show up. So I think I'm that person. Um,
Mm.
You are that person, Dennis.
yeah, I'm that person. I get the threats.
Brett's why.
Yeah, they be like, "What the fuck is you doing Saturday?" No, all right, you got to be at the fucking party that we have. Like, damn.
Well, you gotta be careful about also spreading yourself too thin. Because if you're spreading yourself too thin, can't nobody on you.
Exactly.
Some
That's
people
why you
got
have to
some
be
people
aware
learn
of
that shit
your
the hard way.
words. That's why you have to be aware of your words. You can't just be out here throwing out agreements and shit like that without understanding what's at hand.
Yeah, yeah.
I think for me, you just have to know the role that you're playing in somebody's life, and I think if you know the role, then you can understand the expectations. So I think in some situations, like I'm not going to be there every day for you. I'm not that type of person. And if I know my role, and they understand that, then you're not going to ask me for some of these things. You're not going to expect me to be present in some of these areas in your life. I'm not the person for you to ask, cash after you some money. You already know I'm gonna tell you no, so you already know not to come to me with that stuff. So I think it's all about like your role and that person understanding, like, no, I'm not the everything for you.
Yo,
I am
And
just this for you. And so let's meet in these boundaries and these expectations so your feelings don't get hurt and I don't disappoint you and I can fulfill what I said I'm going to do for you. So I think it's a role thing. Some people think
but
that everybody's going to come in and do everything for them, and that's not the case.
But if you
yo,
honest from the beginning, if you're truthful in the beginning of where you are in that person's role, they're not gonna overstep their boundaries. If they ask you the first time and you say no, or they ask you the first time you say yeah, and you be like, but don't ask me again, they're not gonna continue to do that. But the more that you dive, I always tell my friends that like every relationship is a relationship. The relationship I have with y'all, the relationship I have with Carlson, the relationship I have with his wife, the relationship I had with the man at the gas station, all those shits are relationships. Like I can't just be out here lying to all my relationships and then think I'm the golden trophy. Like so people gotta think about that type of shit too. Everything's a relationship.
yo, I have, I'm fault. Like I have a fault with that for me, because if I consider you a friend, like, and I can literally, because my friends list is so small. If I consider you a friend, I hold you to a higher expectation in my head, and that's not always fair because it's like not everybody is going to react in a situation the way I react, but I
Hmm.
expect them to, and so it's like, all right, if you needed me to lie. I like, all right, so say if you needed me to lie to a police officer for you, I would expect you to do the same for me, right? Not everybody's built that way. So
Facts.
I feel like when it comes down to it, we kind of put ourselves in a bad situation by expecting our trustworthiness and our honesty and planting that into everybody we have some sort of close friendship or relationship with.
A simpler way to put that, Stacks, not to cut you off, I apologize.
Hmm.
You cannot expect you from other people.
Correct.
Yeah, that is exactly what you should say. I 100% agree with that.
And the shit, honestly, I ain't gonna lie. Because the people who I love is the people I love. And when I get let down, that shit hurt
That
my
shit
feelings.
hurts. Yo, that shit hurts.
Oh man.
That
That
shit
shit
legit
hurts.
hurt my feelings. And that's why it's like
Mm.
a motherfucker hurt my feelings, and I cut you off and won't ever even tell you what happened because you know what you did. Point blank, period. You know what you did. And you can go tell everybody whatever story you want to. Eventually, it's gonna get back to me, and you know what I'm gonna say? Whatever they said happened is exactly what happened.
I mean, I'm kind of a teacher when it comes to me because I know I live by different I mean my life rules aren't different from anything I've ever heard of. But Carson, you even seen it. Like I will teach somebody how to love me because some people don't only love most people love somebody the way they love. Like they want to be loved. You're not gonna instantly love me the way I want to be loved. And you're gonna eventually, as relationships blossom, you're gonna violate once or twice. So I'm gonna tell you, you violated. And it doesn't mean I have to act to my initial reaction is to cut you off. It should be like, nah, nigga, you violated. I don't like the way you handle this type of situation. I come to you for this and you come to me for that, and it's not reciprocated energy. But the ego is another thing, and it keeps us protected, and you would instantly want to cut somebody off. So they have to have grace to know and to meet somebody when they violated as well.
I agree with that. I think also it's just like people got other shit going on. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I may have had the best intentions to be there for you, but something in my life may have prevented me from doing that. But if immediately I can't even explain that situation to you because you're gonna cut me off, that's a hard relationship to maintain. That's a
Yeah,
hard
No,
one to
that's
have.
true.
no,
Like, you know what I mean? I think it
I
is
understand.
because shit happens.
I understand what you're saying. Shit does happen, but why does shit always happen when it comes to something I need you for?
Because
Ooh,
I'm just
preach
That
bad.
on
part.
it.
I have bad
Preach
luck.
on it, player.
I was ready to say stuff happens once, maybe twice, but three, four, five, six times. All right.
Yeah, now
And
it's
three,
becoming a
four, five,
pattern.
6 times, you should know not to expect that person to fulfill their agreement at some point. And so you
Yeah.
start to give them a smaller role at that point. Like if I had you as
I ain't
my
even gonna go.
sidekick in this story, but you don't never show up, I need to rethink if that's the place or position you need to play in my life. You may
That's
need
a
a
fact.
smaller role right now. I need
That's a
to I
fact.
need to move you down. I need to downgrade you, not completely move you out, but I need to shift you because you're not meeting that expectation. You're not
Yeah.
fulfilling your part. So I'm done. I'm just as I need to hold myself accountable for allowing you to keep that space, and you're not holding up your end of the bargain.
I like the way you put that.
I know, right? That was dope. I like that.
Cause I'll
We
announce
love,
it like, bitch, you
we
a
love.
dirty dog, bitch, and I ain't fucking with you no more. I hate
Damn. What?
you. I'm
What they
gonna let
do?
you know. There's no if ands. You ain't never got a question why Lashane don't mess with nobody no more. They know exactly why.
God, damn.
Hold on, y'all. I gotta make a phone call. I'll be right back, y'all.
What's this shit? The hell? You gotta make a phone call.
Sex, I'm surprised you ain't going off.
Who, me? Nah, I'm chill. I'm tired. I'm really sleepy.
Is there a difference between a liar and not keeping your word?
Yeah,
There's no difference.
yeah. There's a difference.
I think it's intent. I think
Yeah,
if you're a
exactly.
liar, you're intentionally doing something because you
Yeah.
want to be deceitful. And I think not keeping your word can be situational.
I think
And
if
we
you get,
don't
Yo,
mean no
I feel
ill
like
will.
lying has a lot to do with personal gain.
I think the way it affects me is the same. If you lie to me, I feel some type of way. If you tell me you're gonna pay a bill and you ain't pay it, I feel some type of way.
Your example be so
We
precise. Yes, I adore
we
that.
Yeah,
talking.
yeah, lying is like personal gain. Like if you tell me, yo, Jay, let me hold $100. I gotta feed my kid. Da, 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 da. I hear. But you could have easily told me, nigga, you needed $100 because you wanted to go bet on some shit. I would have
Yeah,
gave you 100 anyway.
right.
But you felt as though like you had a better chance of manipulating
I
me
don't even want to get in
with
there.
that other story. That's
There you
personal
go.
gain.
Yeah, keeping your word is something that you just gotta do. You know what I mean? Don't be no ass betters out here for all those grown men that's ass betters. Don't be no ass
But
betters out
you know
here.
what? People are naturally, I think some people are just naturally people pleasers. So it's easy for them to be like, yeah, I would love to, or yeah, whatever. And when they
Yeah.
can't do it,
Stop,
they're
stop
scared
doing that
to
shit.
admit that.
Stop doing that
Really
shit.
big.
Jeff said you shouldn't give a grown man $100.
Mm.
Let me
I don't
tell
know
you
about that
something.
part.
Let
But
me
we
tell you
all we
something.
all mess up.
Let me
Why
tell you
not?
something.
Shit.
You can borrow money from me once, maybe twice. After that, you cut off.
Yeah, me too. I'm like that too.
Even if
Why
they
do
pay
you,
back.
bro? Why do you need to keep borrowing the same money back and forth, bro? You need to change something in your life. You're not about to keep my money in limbo.
But I don't lend
Y'all
nothing that
playing
I ain't
table
gonna
hostage with
afraid
your
to eat. Like if I'm stressed out about that money, I should have never gave it to you. So I don't know. There's
Oh
certain people
God,
I just
like
already know.
I agree.
Like
I agree.
it's like whatever. I know I ain't getting that back. Like once it's gone, it's gone. It'll come back to me another way. It might not be that dollar, but it'll come back.
yo,
I absolutely agree with that.
I'm just kind hearted, bro. Like if you need it, you need it. Like fuck, man, it is what it is, yo. Like I'm not
Like,
gonna sit
Yeah, I
there. I'm
got
not gonna question you. I'm not. Look, if you need it and I got it, and you my man's. See, that's the thing. You gotta be. We gotta have some sort of relationship or
yeah,
rapport.
you got to be in that circle. You
Yeah,
definitely
but if
got to
you
be
my
in that
man's,
circle.
I give you my last because I would expect that you would do the same. You know what I'm saying? But like, come on, like I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, I need my money by Friday. Nah, nigga, whenever you get it. If you don't, and then if you can't get it, you can't get it. I mean, it is what it is.
Listen,
I
I
I got people
absolutely
show up
agree.
on your front step.
I absolutely agree with that, but you can't keep borrowing money from me. And I feel like life is turning me cold because I'm just like that, Stacks. Like, I'm very kind hearted. I would do anything for anybody that I love, that I call a friend. I would do anything for you. But it gets to a point for me where it starts being like, hold on, because I can't come to you when I'm on down, but you constantly every couple weeks, hey, bro, you got such and such I can hold. Ooh. Eventually it get to a point, nah,
Oh, nah,
I ain't.
if I can't come to you when I need it, then I'm probably not gonna let you hold it. But like, nigga, when I fucking got divorced and I like lost everything, bruh. Like all of my niggas like yo, you always here, you need some here, you know, like that shit showed like it. That shit felt great to know like I had that crutch, you know what I'm saying? I saw somebody say there's no crutches, and I'm like, that's a bad way of thinking. Like
Mhm.
why would you want to sit there and say why would you not want that some crab in the barrel shit? Why would you not want your man to be better? Why
but
not?
Facts.
yeah, but it's different. You didn't ask for help. They offered help to you.
I'm
So it's
prideful though. That's the thing. I won't.
yeah.
I
You
won't.
said
I
you
thug it
five
out.
two.
I thug it out. But
He
people
said
like
prideful.
motherfuckers see me go through it. But
Yeah.
like when you sit there, you say, "Yo, no crutches, so on and so forth." That's the silliest shit ever. So
Yeah,
you want to give like, so you rather give your money to Xbox or give your money to such and such than to help out your man's?
Yeah.
that ain't your man's.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's the shit that doesn't make sense now. Because I just saw somebody say in the chat, no crutches, and I'm like, so you mean to tell me I rather
Jeff said, "Stand on your own."
that makes no sense. And that's the
Fall
worst. And
on.
that's the worst. That's the worst shit ever. Like
Nah,
I would not kick it with that nigga. For what?
nah, cause life
For what?
happens. Life happens. Like some shit
Exactly.
that
You know what I'm saying?
happens
And
is
if I can't count on you, you know what I'm saying, to at least be there, stand on your own. All right, cool. Keep that shit over there, man.
I agree.
Relationship.
But also, I agree with like what Tavon said. When it gets to that point, you got to move that person down out of that position that they was once in.
Yeah.
You can't keep
Because I think we
somebody.
also
You can't keep somebody in a position that they not fulfilling. It's just like a job. Your ass is either gonna get demoted or you gonna get fired. One
That's
of the
facts.
two.
Talk.
because I think we also use history as a reference of the importance of the relationship as well. Instead of realizing like for the past 15 years, this person really ain't been shit, and I've just been keeping on to them because the common history that we have.
Who is this Jeffrey name? So he
So
said he said,
I got family that you know what I
Hey,
mean.
you
Like
from Jersey too?
they call for like $2. They call for like 50 cents. Like stupid shit. And eventually, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, wow, I just be like, no, I ain't got it. I got 5 kids in my house. I got a wife. I got to take care. I don't have no more money. Keep giving people
Big
and
dog.
giving people and giving people, and then you turn around. You know, they 6 months they just asking. Now, granted, in reality, it's small stuff, but in the grand scheme of things, like over time, yo, like you never came back one time and was like, yo, I went to Subway and brought you a sandwich. Like, here go a 6-piece nugget. No, nothing, yo. No, I can't.
I got a question. Somebody legit called you to borrow 50 cents, bro.
I
that's
swear to
crazy.
God.
This sounds like
Swear to God.
$2.
I swear. Listen, and listen. All right, because I ain't gonna put everybody business out there, but I'm trying to tell you.
I was about to say that sounds like a crackhead ass right there, boy.
I mean, he does raise a lot of kids and shit. So you got to remember, but still, 50 cent is 50 cent. That's a
No,
minor.
sir,
Yeah.
sir. These are adults, sir.
How does that even work?
Sir.
Yo,
You gonna come get the 50 cent, or I'm gonna
Like,
have to
yeah,
cash
like,
app it to you?
Sir.
you can't cash that 50 cents.
what are you spending it on? That's what I want to know.
Sir.
No, a long time ago, my dad he told a motherfucker outside the store. He asked him to get 50 cents so he can go get something to eat. My daddy told that nigga. He said, "Hey, bro, you show me where you can get something to eat for 50 cents. I'll buy you, me, and my son something to eat at that motherfucker. We'll eat there every day."
On God.
That sound like some shit my papa said. I remember my pop got mad
So
and shit about the Haagen-Dazs shit. It was like, that shit was $5? I said, I got to meet both these niggas, Haagen-Dazs.
so what do we learn from today?
Keep your word, man.
Don't knock on nobody
Absolutely.
fucking door.
Sir.
Move them down. Shift people. You can move people in your life. They don't have to stay in the same spot all the time.
Oh, and don't expect you from somebody else.
Yeah, I like that.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's the best one.
Facts.
And if a
Facts.
girl,
Facts.
if your significant other is drunk and tell you they're gonna do all this nasty stuff, and then y'all get home
Oh,
and they fall asleep and they
Oh
don't
You
do
man,
know
it,
I'm
that
out.
shit
On that
dead.
note,
You
do
know
not
that
hold
shit
them
dead.
accountable.
You know that shit dead. Come on now. You know
Yeah.
that's
That ain't
dead.
happening as soon as the first
You
drink
know that's
started.
dead.
That's cap.
you better be
No.
home. You better be home in 45 seconds.
Right.
But listen,
They
you
be
better go in there.
sleeping 32 seconds. Fuck wrong with you? You know what
Hey,
I
you better go in there on round 2 already so you don't be missing nothing, boy.
mean? You be at the party
So
having a good time. When we get home, I'm going to lick. You going to do what? We're going home right now. Like,
Nah, bro. That ain't happening.
excuse me, driver, run all these lights.
no further.
Tavai, do you have anything that you would like to shout out or bring attention to? I don't know the word right now. I apologize. I've been working all day. I'm tired.
I mean, you
Promote
guys
yourself.
can check us out. We haven't done a live in a while, but we are still pushing our episodes of the confectionery. It is on Spotify, so you can check us out there. So we're Sweet Love TMA, but on Spotify, it is the confectionery. So you can definitely check us out and get
On
some
Apple
new
or
podcasts.
just on stuff.
Just on Spotify right now. We
You know?
working. We trying to get some things going to
The
Spotify.
confectionery.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? Because that sounds like cupcakes and cookies and shit.
So
What the
it's funny
fuck?
that you say that. No, seriously, the confectionery is usually considered like something sweet dessert. So it kind of ties in with the Sweet Love TMA brand, and it's just kind of like it's usually like the afterthoughts or the concepts of some of our shows and where it comes from, and we share a little bit more of our like backstory, stories on these situations and where our story comes from. So it's just a little bit deeper than what we would normally do when we would go live and talk about some things and just I don't know. It is, but it was the confectionery is like the sweet after dessert kind of thing, after show kind of concept. So
Okay.
you weren't too far off.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We like
Not
sweets.
literally,
So
but use it.
yeah.
I got you. I got you. I got you. All right, Lashane, you got anything new that you want to holler out?
Nope, not yet.
Not yet.
Nope, not yet.
All
I
right.
got something.
Well,
Can I go?
no, you good. Um,
Why I feel like
August
he
go
wants to
ahead,
have a
BJ.
22nd.
very trigger moment.
August 22nd.
Go ahead,
The
BJ.
network will be August 22nd. We'll be going doing our 5th annual mock draft. We're gonna be in Jersey.
Sir,
Um,
sir,
made it.
sir.
What?
August
I
ain't
mean, you know
until
what
a
I mean.
couple
April,
months from now.
goddamn it. Yo, sir, April, goddamn
Sir,
it.
sir.
May the 6th. The mentorship has a basketball game in New York. We're gonna be up there because we're sponsoring that. May 20th. Gonna be in Baltimore for our first podcast pop up. So we're trying to get your podcast on, come through, come holler at us, get some laughs, some food, have some fun.
And it's a
Um,
brunch.
and yes, it's a brunch.
And we gonna be at the bar. Me and
No,
Stats
you
gonna
will
be
be
at the
at the
bar.
bar.
Absolutely.
I want to bring.
And
I want to bring attention to the fact that we can't see you until you pass the street light, sir.
yo,
I'm
he
out.
not
I'm out.
yo, he not. Yo,
Dennis, pull up his paperwork. You're gonna be
no,
able
he
to get him
needs to.
fired.
Got off.
You about to get fired.
Pull up his fucking paperwork.
Look at my Brandon Sanders on. Hold on, man. Look at my Brandon
Pull
Sanders.
up his fucking paperwork, or you
Carlos,
and him fired.
Road
Carlos,
running.
sir,
Respect on that man.
Wait.
sir.
Oh, so you gonna use him to fire me and then fire him?
Right, he
Yeah,
gonna
you
fight you. Right,
and if
I pull
if
your
if he
paperwork up.
don't,
He got my shit on
if he
speed
don't,
dial. Fuck out of here. Fuck wrong with him. He ain't getting me. Put
I ain't that
my shit on,
memo.
Carlos. Yeah.
Well, this has been another episode of the What Next podcast. I appreciate
fuck
all our
wrong
guests
with
for
him.
coming out. Great conversation, guys. See us again next week for another entertaining conversation. We out.
God bless.
Thank
Good night.
you.
Wait, I don't think I had the button.